So this Saturday, we have the Giants Live Royal Albert Hall Strongman Classic. There's 13 athletes going to be competing. It was originally 12, but obviously since the great showing that Andrew Flynn had at England's Strongest Man, he now has earned himself a place. Because there's 13 athletes, I'm thinking to myself that Iron Bibi is literally only going to do the axle press.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
We kind of knew that.
Yeah, like there's so many times he's competed in shows,
and
he was supposed to compete in the show, and it's mainly just
all
a one-off.
shoulders.
Yeah,
it's all shoulders.
So the 13 athletes that will be competing are Tom Stoltman, Evan Singleton, Mitchell Hooper, Cheek Sanu, or Iron Bibi, Pavlo Kordiaka, Nikolay Novikov, Gavin Bilton, Eddie Williams, Pao Dwyer, recently crowned England's Strongest Man Kane Francis, Matthew Ragg, Tristan Hoth, and then obviously the late goer into the show, which is Andrew Flynn.
I think Andrew Flynn will be really happy with this one. You know, he made a big progress this year. Actually,
yes, like he put on
10 kilos.
considerable amount of weight. He looks a lot fuller. He looks a lot, how'd you say, sturdier.
He looks like a
strongman,
professional big strongman. Like
so, he went from finishing third at Ultimates only a couple of weeks ago at the end of May. Only a couple of weeks afterwards, 2 weeks afterwards, he podiumed at England's Strongest Man, only finishing behind Kane Francis, who had a great show. Only lost out to him on the stones. He was leading for the whole competition basically. So I think it's a very deserving spot in the show, especially since he's on such a roll. Now, look, will he get onto the podium in this competition?
Come on.
Very difficult. Yeah.
That's going to be very hard in this one, especially having all these.
You've got the top 3 in the world, basically.
Top 4 even with Novikov. We don't know with Novikov. It's hard to know with him because he had that forearm issue. Is it a biceps issue? He said that it's not. I don't know. I saw his video. He was lifting 220 kilo stone. It seems like so there's no biceps issue as such for now. So he's getting ready for Show Classic, which I thought he won't be able to get ready probably.
With the bicep?
Yes, but
look,
I'm wrong.
You're proven wrong.
I'm wrong.
When it comes to Novikov as well, I see with his training, it's like he's more technical focused than he ever was, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I do wonder, it's like obviously from someone who's competed many times, is that out of fear of injury, I wonder, or is it?
No, he was always technical, but just I just don't know how he can you remembering when the injury happened, that jump and that reaction, you always presume that it's bad, for example, when I snapped my biceps, it wasn't that bad. I didn't oh my God, I didn't jump up in the air and grab. It's like Jesus, I didn't do that. I just was like, oh, it's gone.
Is this only the most recent
First and second, it was the same.
I remember seeing the second video.
You remember the second one?
You literally looked at your arm and went,
yeah, it's just, you're like, yeah, it's gone. I didn't jump in the air. It's like, oh my God, I didn't do any of that stuff. So I presume when someone does that, you think it's
very serious.
Very serious. And look at him training right now, it doesn't seem that it is serious. And if you can lift 220 kilo stone, that means the
bicep is good.
Yeah, fully healed up. Maybe all these supplements that nowadays are available doing their job better than I ever thought.
Like I was saying, we have the top 3 athletes in the world. Like Mitchell Hooper, again, everyone says that he could have won Worlds this year just for his hands. Now, just anyone, there's so much up there. But Tom Stoltman looked unbeatable this year. And then Evan Singleton, it's mad to think that it's the first time he got into the podium of Worlds. When you think of it, he's such a good athlete.
The biggest question for this specific competition is Tom again. Will he be able to sort of challenge Mitch Hooper and Evan Singleton for the top spot? Though he's the current world's strongest man, but we know with Tom, with him consistency is not.
It's not his top thing.
It's not his strength.
Yeah, at
the moment
we see with Mitchell as well. When he did a video, obviously a couple of weeks ago, but Mitchell Hooper's shoulder strength for the max axle,
insane.
It's insane, and he's PBing on everything.
He's still getting better.
Yeah, you've seen it. I've seen it. I think the whole strongman community is seeing that. Every single week he's posting a new PB, and he just looks probably in his best shape he's ever been in.
Yeah,
and he looks so big, so large.
The question is, how sustainable is that? I just don't know. I don't know if it's sustainable because it seems like he's never out of shape. In the last 2 years, he's never out of shape.
I think as well though that Mitchell, you have to give him credit, is that you see he's working with Stan Efferding now, cleaning up his diet. Thor the same. Like
we actually watched Thor's diet.
Yeah, Thor's diet. That's another video. That's coming up very soon because blown away basically. But like Mitchell, like he even knows himself that nutrition is. I think everybody knows nutrition is the key part. So like you could train as heavy as you want, but if you're putting bad fuel
nutrition
into your body,
and Stan Efferding is constantly saying that at the top of the pyramid when it comes to everything is the sleep. Rest, if you sleep well, that's it. Like you mostly, and then you go down. Then it's nutrition and stress levels and so far and so on, and training. You know, so to him, sleep is the king of it all. You know,
I wonder. Like I know I see Tom train, and I see like obviously you see his diets. It's the same thing because these guys are so big. They're pushing their social media. You see YouTube videos and things, but I don't see Tom like beating Mitchell in this competition.
I don't know if it's possible. It's hard to know. I think he did a lot of appearances after the World's Strongest Man, and I actually watched one of his shorts, and he was getting interviewed. I don't know by who, but he kind of like trying to chase down that World's Strongest Man title record, and we talked about it before a couple of times.
Yeah,
and
I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think we can do it. And he was saying the same thing basically, that he's only 30 years of age. He's kind of injury free, and he thinks until 35 he still can win 2 or 3 even.
We did say that as well.
Yeah, we did say that. He's kind of reconfirming our words.
But you see with Mitchell though, like I think Mitchell has been laser focused since he lost to the Worlds, because I think he realised, right, okay, I need to sharpen up a bit more. Tom, you'd see like Tom went to the Euros this year. Like you see he's doing visits to, he's doing kind of media stuff as well. Look, and it comes with the job. It comes like you obviously have to make money as well, but you see, it's Mitchell is always in the gym.
It reminds me a bit of like of Eddie Hall thing. Like when Eddie won in 2017, straight afterwards he did so much traveling, and you know, like you have to cast the iron when it's still hot. And that Eddie Hall, that's exactly what he did. Like he won the World's Strongest Man, and he just started pushing himself on all the platforms, traveling, seminars, appearances, like you name it, just constantly being in people's faces in a way, you know. I think that's a very
but that's thinking past strongman, like that's thinking like the future, like you know, because like you could be a strongman, world's strongest man, whatever, and if you finish that day and you haven't been exposed to the media or no one knows who you are, like you're just gonna fall. Like at least with Eddie, like he was able to get on the mainstream TV. He was able to make collaborations. Like he was on the History Channel with strongest man in history.
So you kind of like, if you want to make money and you want to stay relevant, you kind of have to do all these things.
Then in the regard then for right now, like does that kind of hinder your performances? But like if Tom is,
for Tom, yes, I think it will. I don't know. Like I haven't seen his training footage, recent one. I think they're doing that family thing on their YouTube channel now.
But it's look. You even see it with a Stone. Like I think he's mainly focusing on
Shaw Classic
because he's doing.
He
did
like 250.
Yeah. Like he's like. There's no point in saying he's not strong because he is. But I think Mitchell is laser focused. I think for every show. And even Evan Singleton, I see that Evan has been in the UK since at least England's Strongest Man because he was doing some media for it.
Evan won against Mitch Hooper in Giants Live already. You know, who's stopping him trying to win this one too? Because the events are good. His axle is decent, you know, so he can challenge Mitch Hooper and Tom Solomon for that first place. The most interesting thing is to see who will anyone break that world record axle.
I think Mitchell's going to break this record easy. Like I think Mitchell could even push 220.
Yeah, he has that good split jerk technique. So he can get it, and I think he really wants to have that record under his belt. Does he have any other records? He has the keg thing, and I don't know, does he have a lot of them under his belt at the moment? He seems like he's good at everything. He has Dinny Stones, or
I think he does. I think he shares the record of Dinny Stones
in Arnold Classic. Did he break that record?
Yes, I think he did.
Yeah. So he has a couple of them, and this one is like for overhead is probably the most realistic one. Like his log is really good, but it's not world record level yet. I don't know if he can get there, but with an axle, with his technique, and if he can clean it, most likely he can finish the lift.
Yeah, because we know that we've seen obviously Pavlo Cardiaca did 200 kilos with the axle in Worlds. Tom Stolman did 210. there's so, how would you say, there's so many good pressers here. Like, the problem is that you don't want to be losing, like, especially for Tom, you don't want to be losing too many points between Mitchell, which I don't think he will.
He needs at least 200 in this one.
Yes.
If he can get 200, that's he's straight away falling behind, because Kordiaka most likely can get 200.
I think basically, I think the five guys.
Evan, what's his best? 190, I think.
190. Yeah. So look.
So he needs to stay with 200.
Yeah. So I think if he finishes third in that event, he won't be too bad. But like then when you go into the second event, then so the deadlift, like we know Tom, his deadlift is after coming on leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. But then as well as that, like you have Evan, who's a good deadlifter, Mitchell, like good deadlifter, Matthew Ragg, who I think, me personally, I think he has some of the best form for
probably
deadlifts.
The best deadlifter in that competition.
Well, I think Matthew probably is the best deadlifter because, especially for reps, like I think Matthew Ragg, I know obviously Thor is a brilliant deadlifter, but I think Matthew Ragg has some of the best looking form.
He's up there.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think when you get into that second event, then that's when you really need to stay close in the pack, because realistically, what's 360 kilos, probably what it usually always is. So you're talking 7-8 reps.
7-8 reps, 9. But I don't like Matthew Ragg. Maybe can get to double digits.
Yeah, easy. I think.
Yeah.
But you have to conserve energy then as well.
Yeah, for the rest of the competition.
But then you go on to the third event, Cornin's Wheel. Again, we're talking about trying to keep the points. Like Mitchell Hooper, he's done very well in the Cornin's Wheel in the past. You have the world record holder in Kordiaka.
Yeah.
Like it all comes down to your pain threshold. Like Evan Singleton, he will literally pass out on the Cornin's Wheel. Like it is crazy because Tom Stoneman.
Did he pass out in the World's Strongest Man?
I don't know. See, I haven't seen much of the footage.
Yeah.
So if you probably if I look back and
but he's already in England, from what I understand, right? So he's already using the equipment. So hopefully he'll he won't be able to pass out.
But that's one, like we did see it before, because after all the incidents that happened in World's Strongest Man a number of years ago, like he did stay in England afterwards, if I remember correctly, to actually use the equipment, because he wanted to do better in the Giants Live the following years. But like even like I wonder, is he staying in the UK a lot of the time? Because I know he only works part time in the gun range that he like. Other than that, I'd say he could possibly be in the UK, because he's definitely been here a month anyway for the England Strongest Man. So again, is he taking this very seriously? He has won this competition in the past.
You have to take it seriously, because it's a big money on the line, like, you know,
$30,000.
Yeah, $30,000. It's like you know, it's decent money for him.
Very, very
to bring
good
that back to America, you know. So especially if you work part time, that means you need to win. And with him, it's quite possible. Like I said, he won it before. He's I think this competition, that type of competition, suits him better than the World's Strongest Man competition. Seems like he always starts good and then he starts fading away. This year he started to fade away, but like he didn't fade enough to lose that third spot to Matthew Ragg, you know. But if there was another event, I think
that was it. Yeah,
that would
like
be
the one-day competition wasn't very well.
Yeah. So I expect him to do really well in this one.
Then on to the next event. Then obviously you have the wrecking ball hold. It takes a lot of pain tolerance again.
Yeah,
holding on. Now I know obviously you can rest it on the quads, as you've seen that they did it in England's Strongest Man, and try to get you a bit more leverage. But like still at that, your grip is going to be tested at this point. You're tired after doing a max axle. The deadlift as well is going to tire you out. So again, it's hard to tell who's going to do very well.
This one, I don't know. I know Mitch Hooper has a great grip. Evan Singleton, he did that event before as well, so he knows how it feels. Tom, that's where he might lose a bit of points.
I wonder how Matthew Ragg would do in this kind of situation.
Matthew Ragg might do well. Eddie Williams as well. I think
very good grip.
Yeah, he has a very good grip. So Pavlo Kordiaka, I don't know.
Again, it all depends.
Unpredictable event in a way.
Yeah,
because usually the best guys don't always win that one. You know, like usually the guy who's in the middle, who has just I don't know.
It all depends on the grip, because we even see like what was it, Kevin Fairs?
Yeah,
like he doesn't always win events, but like when it comes to nickel stones or Denny stones or anything to do with grip, you can't beat him.
Unreal,
like.
Yeah. He bet like Mark Felix in that event.
It's incredible grip strength. So that obviously, like, it all depends on where the athletes are placing, because then you're going into the final event, the Atlas stones, and like all these athletes are capable of doing very good Atlas stones.
Yeah, so it depends what kind of set they're going to use. It's going to be the last one, 180 or 200. But it's always a decisive event. And
Like you're talking Tom Stoneman, which is going to be
yeah,
20 seconds.
So he has to do that, and then whoever, I think that it's going to be decisive where everyone will be placed after this, after the whole competition, you know. So I can't see anyone beating Tom, especially seeing that Tom, like, he's getting ready for the show classic with a 250 kilos max stone. So
He's one motion and everything.
yeah, so he's gonna be in shape when it comes to this event, and the other guys. We'll see. You know, Mitch Hooper, he's never known for having a very good stones, but
He's going to have to stay close.
yeah,
to Tom.
and I watched. I think he got as well 220 or 230 in his training session. So his stone is coming along as well. So it's for me another interesting thing is going to be to see can Novikov get through the competition without re-injuring it.
Well, I hope so.
Axle clean. That's where.
Yeah,
that's
going to test the bicep.
Yeah, that's going to test the
especially
injury,
what,
you know?
they're only 5 weeks out from
Shaw
Classic,
so
strongest man on earth.
I wonder, will he maybe take it easy on that event? Because that's where, like, the biggest danger, that initial pull, you know. So I don't know, maybe he'll change the grip so he doesn't put too much strain on his right arm, you know. So we'll wait and see.
You could keep talking about all these athletes. Like I say, at this stage we're going to have to cut so much of the video out from talking. But like, you have Iron Bibi, who's the current record holder for the axle. Now, from me, I think personally he won't compete in the rest of the show.
No,
I don't know if they had said anything or if that was the situation the whole time. But they're going to have 13 athletes. So
Yeah, that's why I invited Andrew Flynn, because they knew that probably Iron Bibi will just, after the axle, will walk away.
But then you have Mitchell Hooper, probably one of the best strongmen you could say nearly of all time at such a short space of time, which is crazy. Tom Stoneman, 3-time world's strongest man. Evan Singleton, you can't ever count him out. Pavlo Cardiaca, there's some events there that's going to suit him. Novikov, like, even you could say Tristan Holt, who, like, is only after coming onto the scene at this year's world's strongest man.
Matthew Ragg, he might do well as well. Like, he bet Mitch Hooper last year as well in one of the Giants Live competitions. So everything is possible.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you could just look at the top 3 athletes and you think, oh, like, just because they're the world's best 3 doesn't mean they're not going to win every single event. Now, it's possible it is going to happen, but that's why it's very hard to give a top 3.
But you have to give.
I think it's
in this one. I'll go with Hooper for the first place. I have Tom in a second, and I have Evan Singleton in third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's more than likely what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look just to make it interesting. I'll say Tom first, Mitchell second, and Evan third. And I say to actually make this, because I think that's realistically what's going to happen. Who's your 4th place?
My 4th place, I'll put probably Matthew Ragg.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
in between.
It's like kind of like world's strongest man outcome.
I think Cardiaca.
You think Cardiaca?
I think Cardiaca for 4th, because I look at the axle press. I think he'll get a lot of points. Cornin's wheel,
that he'll
win
points,
that. The deadlift, he mightn't lose. Look, he mightn't do that well on the deadlift, but look, you never know. Let us know in the comment section down below what you think at home. Like, do you think it's a very easy top 3? Do you think it's a very easy even winner? Like, will the max axle be broke? Like, we'd love to get your opinion on all this, because I think this show isn't like, I don't think it's given as much appreciation as it should be. Like,
no,
because I was the same looking at it, but I think when you actually take athlete by athlete and event by event, I think it's a fantastic show.
It's gonna be a fantastic show, especially it's probably gonna sold out arena again. And going for the world record, everyone will go crazy. So the atmosphere will be insane.
Yeah. Albert Hall looks like a very nice venue. So anyway, let us know in the comment section down below what you think. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to press the like button. Like I said, make sure to comment. Basically, give us any sort of information that you think on the show. Make sure to comment down below. If you're new to the channel, make sure to press the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure to press the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with everything that's Lalas Brothers. And we'll see you in a future video.
See you later, guys.